Let's get right into this and let's talk about the one ball challenge we had on Curse of the Mummy from last week. So this is the second table that we've done so far in the Zen Originals, and we started out with Sorcerer's Lair. And so Curse of the Mummy is the one I wanted to do after that because this table kind of reflects the beginnings of a new era, right? Because this table came out when Pinball FX had its reboot, when it was relaunched and reworked, and it was being built under the new Unreal Engine, right? And so this table was like one of the launch tables, along with, I believe, Sky Pirates and Pinball Noir. But I know this was like the main one because they were like teasing this table before Pinball FX launched on the Epic, at the Epic Gaming Store, when it was still in beta, I believe. So this table really kind of represents like a new phase for Pinball FX, and I think one of the reasons why this was one of the launch titles is because the developers wanted to kind of showcase the capabilities of this new engine. So this table is really robust in terms of dynamic lighting. You'll notice that when you play, night turns into day, day into night. You can see a lot of like lighting effects, special effects with like the fire, the pinball catching on fire, just generally the lights around the table. And when I play it, it almost seems like it causes my game to stutter, and I'm not sure if that's it. I feel like it's just this table, but in any event, this table was kind of released as like a showcase table to show like the things that you can do with the new engine Unreal, right? So I remember it. I remember it when it was like released, right? I did a video for it on its release, so that was all the way back in early 2022, and I thought it was 2023, but 2022 makes sense. So yeah, that's really kind of the start of this table, and I would say that it's a very interesting launch table because like mummy themes are pretty popular when done properly. Think about all the ancient Egyptian themes in real pinball, right? The Indiana Jones tables that we have on FX, right? You have the one from Williams. You have the Stern one from 2008. You have Gottlieb's Cleopatra. You have a King Tut table, I think, also from Gottlieb. I believe there's also like a Pharaoh table from Stern. So it's just like a kind of popular theme because it makes so much sense with pinball. This idea of like ancient Egyptian lore with pyramids and hidden locks, kind of like Legends of the Hidden Temple kind of vibes, right? So I think this table was a good launch table. It's a good theme that's not done too much in pinball, but when it's done right, it can be a good theme with pinball, because you just think about all the Egyptian themed tables in pinball. There's not a lot, but there's a good amount. So kind of what I wanted to ask you, when you kind of reflect on playing Curse of the Mummy or even Sorcerer's Lair, is ask yourself what is similar. What are some of the similarities and differences between your experiences with the Zen Originals compared to what you have found with the Williams tables? And I think that there's a lot of similarities between these originals and the Williams, right? With the originals, you have the DMD, right? Sorcerer's Lair had that DMD image, and on Curse of the Mummy, you have the DMD minigame video mode, where I think it's called the Tomb Runner, where you slide and jump, and it's a simple game, but I think it's a good kind of example of how these original tables are alluding back to the Williams video modes that made them so popular. So you had video modes in Indiana Jones, right? You think about the some of the mechanics on these tables that are kind of similar to Williams. Upper play fields, extra flippers, kick out holes, lane change, the kind of the basics, your staples in pinball. But I think a lot of the difference when you compare originals to the Williams that are on Pinball FX is really like the things that real pinball can't do so easily. Like when you played Curse of the Mummy, you might have noticed there was that underground mini game where you're acting as Anubis and you're trying to capture and eat the souls, right, for points. And so that is like, imagine trying to do that on a real table, having like, how would you kind of do that, right? If Williams did that, they'd probably do it from the DMD, but on digital pinball and original, you can kind of make it your own game, and you don't have to rely, on the mechanics. And also the play field, like on this one, it's really kind of crazy how you have these two upper play fields, and there's a bridge that connects, that goes over the Nile, right, where the gator bumpers are. And then you think about that on a real table. How would that really work, right? How would you do that? And I'm not saying it's impossible, but these are things that are a lot easier to do when you're working from a digital like platform, right? But you get a lot of you think about, there's a lot of similarities with the DMD, with modes, extra balls, things like that. Let me go down my notes here. So this was a pretty cool table for launch, and this was the first week that I really got anything out of it. Like I spent time playing the 3-ball classic mode to sort of get familiar with the table, and I realized like there's a lot of cool modes, like the Anubis mode where you attack, where there's like drop targets that are moving back and forth, like the army of Anubis that you have to hit. There was this scare beetle, where like this huge scare beetle was coming down the playfield and you had to hit him. You had the mummy at one point walking across the playfield that you had to defeat. And those things are, also not easy to do on a real table. Like you can have all these cool features on digital pinball that you can't really do on like a Williams. So kind of keep that in mind. Has this cool pyramid that twists around, kind of like the box, the magic chest in Theater of Magic. It kind of felt like a gimmicky table. This table kind of felt like one of those Williams Theater of Magic tables where you have hidden locks, you have things that are twisting and turning around, lower play fields, which is cool. Reading down my note here. But in terms of the multi-ball, in terms of the strategy for doing well on this one-ball challenge, I give my thanks and credit to Balchi, because he kind of helped me see what the strategy was. And the strategy for this one-ball tournament was really going up into the upper left playfield where you hit the Sphinx and you hit those stones. Because the Sphinx, the Sphinx mode, there's like a part where it's like for like a couple seconds everything's worth $1 million, so that was huge. The stones where you knock all of them down to go to the Anubis Underworld mode was really cool because you get a lot of points and that's fairly easy. The Sundial Award was kind of interesting, but it was not so easy to do, and I don't remember what kind of awards they gave. I know one of them gave a ball save, which could be good, right? But I think the strategy was doing the Anubis part at the bottom playfield, getting the Sphinx, getting the multi-ball from the canopic chest on the top right, and then the pyramid multi-ball maybe. So there was ways to get a lot of points really fast. But yeah, that's what I found out. Although I kind of didn't use all my attempts. I had like 2 left because I felt like, it just kind of got repetitive. Like once I knew what the strategy was and what I had to do, it kind of felt like it took away the fun, right? because that's like, oh wait, I have to do this and this to you know. So, but I still enjoyed it for a 3-ball, and I'm glad we went over it. Definitely got a lot out of it this time around. And let's go over the scores here. First, I want to say that Balchi wanted to give a shout out to Carpy-san because Carpy-san gave him a run for his money in that one tournament that he hosted. I think it was the Attack from Mars, right? So, yeah, congratulations to our first place winner, King Balchi 100, with 184 million points. And also, thanks for the tips, Balchi, for the 1-ball challenge. Glad you enjoyed. In second place, we have Tutankhamun with 126 million. I don't know if that's Balchi's alt or someone else, but I feel like it's Balchi's alt. In any case, that's an awesome score as well. So congratulations to you, Tutankhamun. And another thing I want to say about these Egyptian themes is the lore is really cool. Like, I remember being in school, I'd always loved to learn about ancient Egyptian lore, the hieroglyphics, the thought of the afterlife, you know, the scarabs, the papyrus, all this stuff. It was just so cool. I still find it so fascinating. In third place, we have UTD 4000 with 89 million points. Congratulations to you, UTD 4000. I came under him in fourth place with 45 million. I'm happy with it. Underneath me, we have Sanity Check 5 with 44 million. Really close here. He could have easily taken my spot, but congratulations to you, Sanity Check. My friend Urko 1945 with 21 million points. Underneath him, we have Pinball FX fan, PFX fan with 16 million points. In eighth place, Carpy Sun with 6 million points. Underneath him, Fabled Scarab 79 with 4,722,000 points. In 10th place, my good friend Bad Jack Daniels with 3 million, close to 4 million points. And in 11th place, Genuines with close to 4 million. Very close score here between 10th and 11th. So thank you everyone for participating in this week's tournament. I thought that the next table that would be good to do would be Sky Pirates. It's one of the earlier tables. It's got a lot of interesting designs, video modes, game modes, and it'll be a public, 1-ball, and unlimited attempts. So should give you a lot of time to play and a lot of attempts. So 6 days, unlimited attempts, and then players, 1-ball, public, and let's go. So this ID will be in the description, and I'm going to give it my first try here. So I've played this table. I know kind of how it works, but I'll probably get more into it. It's kind of steampunk, right? Sky Pirate, kind of a steampunk vibe. Okay, shoot the middle hole. Okay.
Where did you learn to aim?
Okay, that's... Okay.
That was close.
Get that little helicopter. Oh, come on now. Are you...
I'm just the worst pirate.
Okay, good thing this is unlimited attempts, because I don't even think I...
All the gold and all the...
Okay, restart. Terrible.
Hit the center
Okay, middle hole again. Okay. There we go. 1 million skill shot.
skill shot. Super skill
Oh, that's a super skill shot. Wow, would you... That helicopter flying around is kind of distracting, but also cool at the same time. You have a little compass, like a little dive. Oh yeah, look at that.
Thank you very much.
See that little gold piece that showed up on the table? Something like that. Like, how would you do that on like a real table without having to like spend a lot of money or like, you know, to do it? But on digital, you have so many options, which is why I love digital tables.
Don't you dare spoil me shit. You hear me, monkey?
Got another flipper here. There we go. Then we open up the gate there. No, the little. There we go. So Oh, come on, man.
The worst. Fire.
I was just getting into it. But I think that's a good attempt right there. So I'll keep it at that. So thank you once again, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you're enjoying going through these original tables. One thing I wanted to mention was that if you have a tournament that you're hosting, just write me in the comments. Let me know the ID, and I'd love to play it and join them, and others can too. Balchi was saying that tournaments are open to everyone to create as long as you have the table, right? So yeah, and I always try to find people's tournaments to join. I may not find everyone, but if I'm scrolling down the name and I see your name that I'm familiar with, I definitely play. So until next time, catch you guys later. Take care, and thanks for watching.